And so let's talk about it. Let's talk about some of the SATR attacks that have been successful. In this case, Johnson Controls was a ransomware attack, right? So they ultimately were after money. But in this case, 27 million was the cost to the company. And there was a data breach, right? They stole the corporate data. So they were there to steal in this case. And we've also seen groups such as Dark Angels claims to have stolen over 27 terabytes of confidential data and demanded $51 million in ransom to delete the data and provide a file descriptor because part of a double extortion.
Right, it's double extortion. So when they say delete the data, they mean delete their copy, right? So yeah, sure, they're going to
sell
do
it
that
on the dark web or the cloud.
We'll
right?
trust them to delete their copy, and then trust them to provide a file descriptor that actually works.
Yeah, and the numbers are just atrocious. They're 50% of the time you're going to get the key, and I heard up to 80% of the time you will never get all the stuff back.
Yeah.
Right? There's loss no matter what, even if they actually give you the key and it works. This is an interesting one. Veolia, North American ransomware attack, and it was a municipal water one, so very much an operational aspect of it. In January of 2024, so very recent. This particular facility treats over 2.2 billion gallons of wastewater daily at 416 facilities. So if you imagine the environmental impact if that were to go awry, as well as the safety and welfare and possibly killing people, even though it's wastewater, that could happen, right? Yeah. So really understanding it. And that data was exfiltrated. So this one, they were more about stealing data of that as opposed to destroying the facility. And we've seen others that were more focused the other way. So in a way, it's kind of good that they're only using it for stealing data.
For the traditional ransomware attack where they just want to get a payout, right?
Yeah.
They're holding on to it and hoping that they get that payout because you need the data rather than holding your operations for ransom.
Yeah, but the what ifs, right? They're huge. One here, and these are more about the Iranian side of things, where the Iranian attackers are cyber avengers, are largely compromising Israeli-made products. So you'll see, for example, some of the control mechanisms were owned, and then we'll show you some pictures later of what they actually were looking for. So in this case, this was a major update in December, including multiple sectors, including U.S. water and wastewater facilities. So they're targeting the control systems. They're targeting the operational side of things. In this case, to get us to stop buying it from
Supply
Israel.
chain is really what we're talking about.
Yeah, right? Really, and going after it. This one was very sneaky and to a very small municipality, right? In this case, Aliquippa, I think is how I say it. I apologize if I got it wrong. The point is, you can see where we've hacked this device and we're not going to let you use it because you bought it from Israel, right? It's a political message to the normal kind of attacks we see. And in this case, they halted the pumping for that station. Could have been much worse. What if they had caused too much water or damaged something or caused a flood or did something terrible to a dam or something else that is even more dangerous. North Texas Municipal Water District, this was a ransomware attack. This one was from a Daisen team, obviously a Chinese one. Stole more than 33,000 files, mostly containing customer information, and affecting the management or solid wastewater management, wholesale water for up to 2 million people. So a number of people in 13 cities in North Texas were affected by this. And unfortunately, they were after data again. The good side is they're only after data, right? So U.S. law enforcement agents said the ransomware group hit 5 U.S. water and wastewater treatment facilities between 2019 and 2022. And this was a continuation of that. So it's expanding. We're seeing more and more of it. So we just have to be more ready for it. In this one, Rockwell Automation. So we wanted to this is one of the core vendors. And in this case, the vulnerabilities had a 9.8 out of 10, which is really bad, or a 7.5 out of 10 around their communication modules, around the way that those control mechanisms communicate with each other, right? So this is kind of when we start talking about IT crossover from OT, that's really what it's about. Control systems, but they have to communicate. And now things are plugged in and networked together. And so we really have to get into the details of those methodologies. In a similar way, Siemens Energy had a huge attack. This was actually targeted group in the MOVEit attack, and the MOVEit attack is still going on.
Yeah.
People are still not patching. The latest vulnerability, CVE 2023-34362, has all the patches. This should not be a case anymore, but it still is, because this one was so successful and so effective at taking access.
Yeah, and you have that application, as a back end or a connecting part of connective tissue with so many other things. It's
for
easy to overlook,
reasons, right?
Right. Yeah. It's easy to overlook, some of these assets out there. Yeah. And the fact that you have third-party vendors involved, it's not just a snap your fingers and unprotected situation, for sure. So yeah, we're going to see it continue.
And we've seen many patches, up to 5 now, to fix this. And so you got to do them all. If you started the first one, you're partially protected, but you've got to do them all to really